Hello, Obronia. Bishop here. Kadaj, the Lost Chapter, Lufenia Plus. Let's get right into it. Ace, Core, Porom. Ace has his BT. All right, so here we go. No BT plus, gonna back off here a little bit, gotta set everybody up. So Ace, because I need traps and we gotta be able to tick the orb. Core for the off turn where I'm gonna be able to put him, link him basically in the Ace the whole time. And Porom to mitigate every freaking HT attack they're gonna do, because my gosh, are they gonna drop a hammer very often. So it's a lot of watching out for that. So right now I got the setup going here. Ace's first trap. That get a little defense down. That's another reason why I like Porom. She's got that that defense down that we talk about, and especially here with these guys and their massive brave gains. I'm going to be able to break these guys and not have to take such big attacks as we're able to go through here. So you do have to be a little bit careful here. So you got to take the first recast, so you got to be careful here with this. But like I said, between Core and Ace, all the off-turn damage does make it a little bit easier to deal with. So right now I did that. I was waiting to hopefully get White Wave up, because that's really the one thing that we have. So right now I was actually kind of a little bit scared after such a massive attack. I was like, all right, I got to get all this damage out of here and get these guys down. So thankfully here, Core likes to so I went with the extra turn there, and Core gave me to get Core's follow-ups, try to take B down, because I knew he was right behind. So at this point it's like, okay, here we go. So I'm not going with any other extra debuffs or anything else right now, because it's going to be tough to get through with these guys with what they're doing. So I'm kind of debating whether or not, because I wanted to try to get the break order to where I could get me some extra turns, because that's one thing that's a bit of a pain, is that when A goes first, he's obviously going to stay in the turn order, but he's going to be he's going to be the first one to get broken. So really had to do a lot of single turn damage there. All right, so Porom's got White Wave up, but I held off on Reaper's Gale there, even though I had it, because I wanted to make sure that, because I knew they were going to go under the recast, and I wanted to make sure I had the HP damage reduction buff still on him with that. So I'll get to the Reaper's Gale here in a moment. So just like I said, that was more of an insurance policy, because I couldn't remember how tough, especially with, as you can see, Porom's usually taking it right on the chin here in this whole thing that we're doing. So defense buff is gone, trap's gone. As you see, I'm going for the LD again, so I do need to space these out periodically. So here comes the Reaper's Gale finally. I'm going to start ripping these guys down. I actually forgot to do this. This is when I wanted to put Cabronth on, because he's going to be able to, I can get the 6 turns right up until the 50% threshold. So this way I'm not losing them where they're just going to get way too many turns if I put it on right away. So that's why I went through the first phase of a fight with her. That was another reason why I wanted Porom with that Party Last Stand, because all of a sudden that guy will come out of a break, and then all of a sudden, boom, there you go, you're eating 20-some-odd thousand HP. Thankfully Porom can take that, and you're still alive, and you don't have a dead run for that one. So getting some good breaks here, running the traps with what we're doing. So I was kind of debating. It's like, okay, so I went with the single target here to I want to try to get them down under 49 at the same time. With this, that was the hope. So White Wave came up. I kind of forgot. I didn't know if these guys, I saw the all attack. I couldn't remember if that was the all attack where they do HP damage. So that's why I went ahead and put that one on there with what we had. So there's good old Core, again, doing the HP attack. Thankfully, I knew I had a little bit of extra time, because I knew that Core was going to be able to get that guy broken and give me some room in between A. I'll tell you what, these preemptive attacks really allow you to control the turn order a little bit more than than you really realize, especially with these guys and their massive batteries after each one of their turns that they go through. Now, see, I didn't get that guy broken on that one. And I started thinking I was actually going to get paralyzed on that, because I can't remember when the paralyzation comes into play on that. So there we go. We're getting ready to hit the... So we got traps back on. So this is where I actually started kind of... I was like, oh boy, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull off what I wanted to pull off here for this. So I was actually hoping I was going to get through this only having to eat the recast twice, but their turns came up so quick that that A is going to get this recast off. So it was more along the lines of, and I really wish we had the JP quality where I could see if my EX buff was up or not, because that was really going to determine what I was going to do here with the next thing, because I wanted again to make sure that I didn't I was about to take without the Porom's hit, this was going to be a lot worse than I thought it was, but thankfully her just her natural HP damage reduction helped make that a lot more sustainable. Because I tried this, I tried this with Maria, because I pulled her kit on the freebie, and then it was like it was great. The trap was great, but she couldn't, like, all of a sudden, boom, 1 HP attack, she was dead. All right, so there we go. Porom with her LD attack again. So I was kind of debating what I was trying to do here. I wanted to try to get them under. I knew I was going to get them under the recast, and so I didn't want to eat this thing. So this is where I had to get creative. I actually wanted to go burst first, summon second, but it's like, oh nope, not happening here. This is fixing to happen. So I had to get creative here. Don't put Gabronth on just yet. Get this guy under 49. Get the wipe out here. And so I was like, okay, I got to get Ace some turns here to get him through. So there we go. Spiral combo. Porom coming up, putting some defense down on. There we go. And I'm holding off on that LD for a reason. I got hypers. I just held off on those LDs as long as I could with this. So right now I'm actually setting up for Ace's burst, and I wanted Queen's call, because you get an extra 10% HP damage up. And since I'm not capping on anything right now, I didn't want to do that. But here goes Gabronth, and I'm actually going to bring... so I was debating there whether or not to go with Reaper's Gale since it was up, and I said, wait a minute. So decided to go with Call of Darkness. Not going to lie, I wanted twins, but I didn't have the twins on my friend list. They just weren't popping up. So I was like, all right, we'll just go here with Cloud of Darkness to get the follow-ups. Hopefully get me down under 29% without that recast going off. All right, so Kate Sith for the burst window, really. So at this point, I'm getting the Brave battery on everything and just going through the standard cycle. Now, I do hold off on using the HP attack here because I wanted that for when I got outside of the summon after their next turn, because I don't want it. It's way too easy, or you're going to run through his LD traps way too quickly if you try to put them on twice. As much as I would love to, you just can't do it. So I decided I was going to ride out Call of Darkness's LD to keep these guys broken. I was like, I didn't know if I was going to make it under 29. That was my goal here with that. So right now it's all about the breaks. And so I'm sitting there debating to myself, it's like, am I going to be able to pull this off? And thankfully I was able to break them enough to get Ace a turn. So that's why it's like, okay, I got to get these guys under. So I'm getting creative. It's like, all right, let's go with I got the other one. I was debating whether or not to actually go with the AA there, and I said, no, I can't do that, because then I'll run off of Porom's HP attack, which obviously, Cloud of Darkness was done with it. Thankfully, there was the party last stand, because when it hit me that I didn't have that buff on her right before it happened, I was like, oh, I'm about to die, I think. I better make sure I don't. So that's why I was trying to fiddle that with Call of Darkness. I said, okay, I got to make sure I get some sort of HP damage on her, because I got her. Some sort of way to mitigate HP damage on her, because I had to get her back to full health. I didn't want to lose this on a friend HP. I've done enough of those. All right, now that was stupid, because I will admit I forgot that they did not, that they were immune to delay. I totally forgot about that. When I did that, I should have just went with the LD. I was thinking more about the damage and trying to give myself a little bit of room. So with them coming right up, I decided, okay, let's throw the trap back on, because they're about to get turns, and I actually forgot how many turns. And there's another nasty hit that came up, because I actually thought I was about to die there too with that. So as you can see, this is definitely not for the faint of heart. I should put a warning for, you should not watch this if you are with young children. So I figured at that point, it's like, all right, we're going to get what we're going to get here. So thankfully, because Cloud of Darkness got a break, then it actually worked out better for me, because I thought I was going to have to eat one more turn. But here comes Core for his burst phase now, so that's why I held on to the Reaper's Gale. It's like, okay, let's get these guys down as far as we can. There goes his LD. Reaper's Gale again. And so I was trying to remember, because the buffs, I was trying to make sure I didn't lose important ones here. And why not do it again? And there we go. So as you can see, I'm taking them down probably about 6 or 7% during this whole time. And that's part of the reason why I want Ace's traps up, because that was where we were going to get all the extra off-turn damage on him with that. So I held on to the last one, because I said, let me wait and see. So there we go with Porom did a nice job of getting those guys brave down to 0 so that we could get a break. So this is when I was like, okay, let's put the trap on. They're going again. We're going to get these guys as much as we can with what they've got. And as you can see, like I said, I got down pretty good, so I thought it was pretty good usage there at that. So that all attack, thankfully, because I had White Wave or White Arcana up, and the reduction turned out pretty good. I decided to be aggressive here, use that last LD and last Reaper's Gale, get these guys down as far as I could. I was like, let's see if we can keep them from getting one more attack in, and that's where I'm headed. And so just letting the LD, or the trap do the work, and it's like, okay, how much more of this can I do with this? So I actually debated here. I went ahead and threw the trap on. I didn't know if that was going to kill it or not. I was like, let's get one more in here that I thought I was going to be able to do. So that one actually turned out okay, because then it was actually one turn sooner than what I had before, but that's actually that's how you can do it. So, I had a little cushion there. Turns were never really a problem, but yeah, Porom and the mitigation there is huge. So, if this was helpful, I appreciate it if you leave a like or a follow. I'd appreciate if you comment, because I really enjoy getting any constructive feedback to improve my gameplay or my commentary. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.